You were talking to a woman and she was speaking about just being on her own and she was ready to have companionship. And you said there's a difference between being on your own and being with yourself. And I feel like that's what you're talking about. But I feel like part of what I was conditioned to believe, whether it was through religion or through the cultural dynamics of what it meant to be raised in my household and in my community, is nobody cares how you feel. And when you hear over and over again that nobody cares how you feel, you stop caring how you feel. And you start living from that place of in my head, in my head, in my head, but never in my heart. Can you tell me, what permission are we going to have to give ourselves to care about how we feel? Even if we are like, well, how I feel doesn't matter because it's not going to change anything, right? So why acknowledge it? Why is it important to care about how we feel?
Because if you don't care about how you feel, your life becomes one big performance, right? And for
Mm.
me, I got tired of performing. Like I would find myself in places where inside I'm like, Brittany, you don't, this isn't even like this, what you're giving this people, like that's not even real. Like you're giving them the happy go lucky and everything's fine, but really you're not okay and you're angry or you don't like them. And you need to acknowledge that. Right. And so I would walk around wearing this mask and performing whatever I thought people wanted me to be. And I will honestly say underperforming for everything that I wanted for myself. And so
Wow.
living up to whatever everybody else felt comfortable with Brittany being, and internally knowing like, you don't even want this. Right. And so the first
Yeah.
permission that I had to give myself was, you're allowed to upset some people. You're allowed to disappoint people. You're allowed to not be people's cup of tea and sit with the consequences of being my full self meant. That maybe some people won't like you. Maybe some people won't want to be with you. And maybe it means these relationships may end or they may change. And sitting with, okay, do I choose the relationships that I perform in, or do I choose my authentic self that feels lighter, that feels more aligned? And honestly, I sleep better at night when I know I'm just being me versus
Yeah.
what other people want. So the first permission is always being bold enough, and I say courageous enough to say, I'm going to allow myself to endure the consequences of what being me comes with.
That was like I'm glad you brought that full circle because you was gonna have to sit with that with me for a minute because why would you sit up here and tell us we're gonna have to live with the
Yeah.
consequences of being ourselves? Everyone wants to be themselves, but like as long as everyone still likes me. And I
Yes.
can't be myself and expect for everyone to still like me. And that is just something that I honestly feel like I am relearning over and over
Mhm.
again. I want to stand in my truth. I want to be authentic, but I also don't want to experience rejection,
Right.
criticism. I don't want to be talked about. And so that level of vulnerability and
Mhm.
resiliency living in the
Yes.
same space is exhausting sometimes.
It can be, right? And I think that, and the reason why I say the consequence, because I work with a lot of people and they always say, well, I tried being myself and they had this to say. And I'm like, right, congratulations, you did it right, right? We're
Yeah.
not choosing authenticity. We're not choosing vulnerability because it gets us something, right? Many times the people are looking
Mm,
for the motivation to change because they think a reward comes with it. But sometimes your motivation to change comes with no rewards, sacrifice, right? And so it's realizing that the reward is not that you get people or things outside of you. Many times the reward is, I got myself out of this. And
yeah.
that's where you learn myself is enough, right? If I lost all of my friends, I feel better just being me than having people around me who love me for things that I'm not really authentically, right? And so I'm always telling people we're going to choose ourselves, but we are choosing ourselves under the understanding that choosing me comes with consequences and it comes with rewards, right? But we're not going to act like the
Yeah.
consequences aren't there. And so preparing them for
Mm,
that reality so that it's not like cold water being thrown on you when you realize, oh, dang, like you meant all my friends? Yeah, all your
right.
friends.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that that's a healthy reality for a lot of people to embrace so that they have a better understanding of what healing and growth actually looks like. It's a messy business. I tell people all the time, healing is messy. And if you thought it was going to be this
Yeah.
cute little packaged up thing, it's not.